good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Auburn Tigers, Jordan-Hare Stadium, as we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Florida Gators, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Auburn Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. The Gators will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Auburn's offense takes the field to start this game off. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
The Tigers can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive.
And that's why these guys played defense. If that were an offensive player or receiver, that would have easily have been a catch. Come on, man. You got to catch that and make that a pick.
They'll throw on 3rd and short. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
Man, you talk all week about setting the tone, quieting this crowd. Don't let him get involved. You know how you do that? Get a sack and force a punt on the first possession of the football game. That's a heck of a start for this defense.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Florida's offense will go to work for the first time. They sure hope that that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO. These two were simply unstoppable. Huge challenge for the defense today.
Well, maybe they try the triple coverage. I mean, because obviously nothing worked a week ago, but
breaks into the open. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
It's such a good sign for your offense when your quarterback is this dialed in early in the game, right? On the RPO, wanted to throw it, nobody open, so he takes off running it himself and gets a big gainer. If I'm the coordinator and play caller, I'm finding more ways to get this guy running the football and keep this defense on their heels.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Wilson. Bust through behind his pad. There he goes. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Fires to the big fella. And he's brought down after a nice game.
Nice job decision-making by the quarterback there in the RPO, not handing it off, knowing he had to throw it, but then also understanding his open guy was going to be in the right flank.
He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
You You know, this offensive line, they just got to hold their blocks a little bit longer. This offense likes to run their quarterback.
Back's going for the goal line. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gators! They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum's always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Looking downfield on first down. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. And you just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Johnson. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up third down.
On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Auburn sends out the punting unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Brown has it. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
Leaves it with the running back. Turning it on. Steered out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. A big pickup, and they are threatening.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big game for the offense.
Guys, let's chat about Florida. When you break into the top 5 halfway through the season, been flying under the radar, and that is no longer an option. You want to see if this team can stay focused with all the attention they're getting.
And that's what's pretty cool about their season. Like, they're starting to get respect. They've started to earn that. I think we just got to realize, Palmer, halfway through the season, you don't get any trophies. That doesn't exist.
You just got to keep doing what you're doing, right? It's been working to get to this point, to get that number beside your name, to get everybody's attention. Now's not the time to freeze up and start getting nervous because you've got the spotlight on you. You've got to keep playing the game the way you've been doing it the first half of the season.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, if this offense is going to win this game, and down the road, if they're going to reach the college football playoff and hope to win a national championship, they have got to keep this quarterback.
And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Florida! These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Here's the handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. After the penalty backs him up, it's 3rd and 5. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the tight end. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
Quarterbacks are just like anybody else. They get in rhythms. And to get in a rhythm early on 3rd down and have a little success here and get the sticks moving, great chance to continue to get this offense moving down the field.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
And the defense gets a huge play. I'll tell you, they've been wreaking havoc in this one so far. They've got so many athletes up front on this defensive line. It kind of reminds me about the defenses I used to go against in practice back in the late 90s. Guys like Javon.
Oh, he's got some space. He was on his way. He could smell it. He gets it inside the 10. They stop him at the 9.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second, and the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
In that second down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again.
Number 38.
We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. And to open the second quarter, they'll start with a field goal try. He'll try to knock it through from 38 yards out. Absolutely perfect. Now the lead is down to 11. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the MAC. UConn is currently trailing in this one, but it feels like the tide may be turning. These Huskies have picked themselves up before, and they're capable of it again today. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UMass. Any big developments here in the MAC, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Guys?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the grab at the 25, and there's room. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Gators. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Auburn offense. So far, they've only been able to muster a field goal, but hoping to get things cooking here. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And you can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
This guy's got a lot of tools in his toolbox toting the rock, man. He showed you right there. And when I think back to Florida running backs, Emmitt Smith, all-time great. But a guy I played with in Gainesville, Fred Taylor. He was so big, but so fast for a guy his size. It just caused so many problems for the defenses we face. And I think in the SEC today, you have got to be able to run the football if you're going to win games. And this guy right here, he's going to give the Gators a chance.
The Gators trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Flushed out of the pocket. On the move, he fires. Catch in the middle, it's White. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Gators are moving quickly down the field. Looking for a man, it's Lagway. A little release to the back. So close to that end zone, he could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
And this has got to be so demoralizing for this defense right now, having given up multiple first downs on this drive. Somebody on defense has to step up, make a play, and stop the bleeding.
And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. Offense trying to pay it off on 2nd and goal. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, and that's a frustrating play when you go in reverse near the goal line, goal-to-go situations, Palmer. You got to get those positive yards. You can't go backwards if you're trying to get a touchdown.
You know, I'm trusting in my quarterback here to
just hammer it with this running back again, and he noses his way into the end zone.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll bring it out. It's Wallace. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Finds his tight end. Well, he did a good job to get the foot down inbounds, but only picked up a yard and not enough for a first down.
Yeah, they need to work with more space, Reese. I mean, it's not worth throwing the football all that way to the boundary, just a toe tap and get 1 yard. We got to do a better job trying to get these playmakers the football closer to the middle of the field.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Looks it in at the 40. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. He wants to change this route. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Pulls it in. It's Wilson. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. He'll take a shot. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Well, the game plan's been pretty simple offensively, right? They are taking shots, and they're being aggressive, throwing it down the field. This guy's already got 2 touchdown passes. We're still in the first half. On that last one, he was looking for number 3.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. The Gators will try to convert on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
I like it. This defense plays aggressive on 4th and short, and they are rewarded. Figured they would run the football. They did. Nice job getting some penetration and stopping that 4th down play.
Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Auburn to the line in a hurry.
Brings up 2nd down.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And here's a fumble way behind the line. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Grab near the marker, it's Wilson. Wide open spaces. Touchdown, Florida! Once he got some room, it was over.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the 2nd half?
Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the 2nd quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's find out what this offense can do. You've got...
He lets one fly deep, and it's picked off at the goal line. That's one way to make a stop. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Off the play fake on first down. Looking to take a shot. Snags it inside the 20. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the offense didn't need to accept the penalty thanks to that big play. That penalty moves the ball into the red zone. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Flagway. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you some...
Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Gators!
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead, and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Final seconds of the first half. Let's see if they can pull off a little magic. The run to the right. Shut down in the backfield again, and that might do it here in the half. And what a way for this defense to wind up the quarter. Rides to back and leaves it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Auburn ready to boot it deep to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hawkins. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. They'll open the second half on the ground. Steaming into the backfield to make the stop, and he'll lose 4.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
They'll try the outside to the left. Good blocking up front. Great job following it. He's got 6 to the 18.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
4
They'll So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the grab. It's Wilson. Will not get there. A 4th down stop. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. To the air on 1st down. Shoots it to the left. Found a seam. He was working his way toward that goal line. They'll stop him at the 2 after the big play up top.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that.
Touchdown, Auburn! All of that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, and quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
Florida, 42, Auburn, 10.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. And even after that last score, still working with a great big cushion. Give to Brown. Breaks the tackle. Squirts across the 30 to the 32, a pickup of 5.
And I would just hate to be in the shoes of these defenders trying to tackle this running back because, of course, you're so afraid of this guy shaking you and using his elite speed to make you look bad on a highlight film somewhere. But you forget, this guy can still run you over. You saw it on that play.
Line is set on 3rd down. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. They'll go to the ground. They just blew through that offensive line. It's a 4-yard loss.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a baller.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hiney.
They're going to throw it to start the drive. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
This is a situation here in the 3rd quarter this offense did not want to be in, facing a top 10 defense, one of the best units in the entire country. They didn't want to get down on the scoreboard like this and all of a sudden have to throw the football when the defense knew that was going to happen. The incompletion there is not a big surprise. This defense knows what's coming, and it's all because of the points right now on the scoreboard.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
What a beautiful day for the defense. A sack for you, a sack for you. Everybody gets a sack. Everything good happening for this defense.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. It is good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, guys, just wanted to get you a quick update on a game happening in the Big Ten. Iowa has opened up a can right now, and based on what we've seen, I'm not sure anything is going to change. They're up by 28 over Cincinnati. We'll circle back to this Big Ten battle. If anything big happens, you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Back to throw, it's Lagway. Got it in the middle, it's Wilson. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Offense in an empty set. Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Hawkins. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, they execute the in route. How about the arm strength by the QB? That was an absolute bullet on that completion.
Caught close to the marker. It's Brown. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. He's now over 150 yards receiving. Might be worth noting that Taylor Jacobs holds the single-game record with 246.
Yeah, and when he's got speed on the outside, find him, bro. I mean, this guy...
Intercepted, and now he's up to 14. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. So here comes the Auburn offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one, make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Looking to throw on first down. Pocket breaking down. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
That is such great discipline by this defense. Bootleg is misdirection, right? Like showing something going the other way, roll the quarterback out, but when you read it and you see it and you don't bite on the other direction, you can make big plays, and the defense comes up with the big sack.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Passing game very effective on second down. What about here on third? They'll move the tight end. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Auburn sends out the punting unit. And these guys have been busy. Sixth punt of the day. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. The Gators sending the offense back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win it, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and third down is coming.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play, and I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. The Gators come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. Caught near the sticks. It's Wilson. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage totals. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Wants to go up top. Looking to get it in. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Florida on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we enter the fourth quarter, let's see if anything memorable can come from this one. try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And this defense does it again. Back-to-back plays for nothing. It'll be third down. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone? And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Florida. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Punk.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Wants to go up top on first down.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks. They have been all over this quarterback today.
And the Tigers now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Give to the running back. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And the number one thing I'm thinking when I'm backed up like this is don't get a negative play. Create some space. Nice job by the offense. Nice run.
And as soon as you squirt through that hole, you can make a big play, and that's what they did there. Rushes on him. Blasted as he lets it go.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And there he goes. You want to talk about dynamic ability to flip a field on display right there. And it was just about a return for a touchdown. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll go to the toss. That's a really nice job by this defense, maintaining outside leverage and knocking him down behind the line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And guys, they really need to take advantage of this field position on 3rd and long. They wrestle him down at the 16-yard line, a 3rd down stop. Now to see what they do on 4th down.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the first down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense. Understand that they're dropping back. They're taking away most things. All right, get the ball to my running back. He can make plays after he catches it. Nice job by the quarterback seeing the situation and where to go with the football.
Slams ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Gator. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the 4th, and now they can smell 8 straight wins.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
Now here comes that Auburn offense onto the field again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Going right to work up top. Looking to the big tight end. Got him downfield. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. New set of downs after the completion. Looking to throw on first down. Tosses it incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Auburn's going to have to send out the punt team. Kicks it high, and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Gators sending the offense back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been...
He lets it fly. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. To the air on 2nd down. Spins away from the defender.
If you're trying to throw these curl routes against zone coverage, you got to have great timing. Nice job there by the quarterback, understanding where he wanted to go with it, but also the conviction. Did you see the arm talent on that throw?
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Auburn sends out the punting unit. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. First play of the drive comes from the 38. Back to pass, it's Lagway. He's going to let it go. Catch inside the 25. And they're going to put another one into the end zone as they just keep piling points on the scoreboard.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this.
And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and it makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Well, at this point, you're still trying to throw stuff up against the blackboard and see if it sticks. You're down by a lot of points, so why not try it, right? And give the offense credit. You know, you're not just going to run the football. You're not just going to take a knee and go into the locker room with your tail between your legs. I like the fighting spirit, just not enough of that today.
And this passing attack has not been great today. It hasn't found a way to manufacture those big plays and to scare this defense. And now, in passing situations, trailing, this is a tough spot for this offense.
They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they were able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in all week with the game plan, running and throwing the football, man. This has been impressive.
Man, nowhere to run on that play at all.
About all you can say is do better. But that's the problem. Are they able to do better?
And that's why you keep trying things, right? Keep trying to get on the perimeter, run it up the middle, try different things to see what you do well.
They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. And the Gators come to the line with a new set of downs. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His third interception of the day. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. So here comes the Auburn offense. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
Offense breaks the huddle on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
It's really hard to win football games when you're one-dimensional offensively, and that's the case. They just have not been able to get anything going, throwing it deep down the field. They haven't won their one-on-one matchups. Quarterback has missed some throws, and as a result, in the fourth quarter, they barely have 100 yards passing, and that's why they're losing.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Downfield and incomplete, the defense holds.
This is exactly how you draw it up. This is a situation where you can have all the easy stuff. We're not giving up the big play. The defense understands the situation, forces the incompletion, and now has a chance to just take that beautiful victory formation, run the clock, and get the W.
He might want another play. Going to throw it over the top of the deep. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
Thanks.